Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. Guys, did you know that the person who made that song is a polygamist with like 9 kids? Like 4 wives and counting? Four public wives and counting. Yeah, me neither. I regret Googling it. Also, I think P. Diddy is in the official music video for that song. Yeah, so, today's opening reference has not aged well. But nothing on this channel really does, so who's surprised? Hi, hello, hi, bugs. Yeah, and Diddy doesn't like him aged at all. Yeah, real shame. I'll never have an opportunity to meet him in person. Real shame. Lindsay Van Steeter, thank you for 1 gift in membership. Brandon Boss, thank you for 9 months. Foreign Legs, thank you for 8 months. Terry Cruz, Augusto P, thank you for becoming members. I think that's everything. Hopefully, my YouTube doesn't crash out on me today. It's been doing it a lot recently, so apologies in advance. But happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm kind of losing track of time, or I guess days right now, so I had to double check. Before stream, like, what am I doing today? It is Tuesday, right? Like am I playing a game? But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to catch up on some sleep tonight and wake up and be at 100% tomorrow. Riggins, thank you for becoming a left bug. David Aragon, thank you for 17 months. YouTube issues always Tuesdays in it. I have a horrible accent. Regardless, let's get started, shall we? Hi. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Hi. It's been a while. Hi, Lovebugs. Hello. I missed you. Did you miss me? Terribly. We did too. Aww. I miss you. Were you maybe feeling lonely without me? Haha! Topical transition! Haha! Okay, this might make me sound like completely psychopathic. I don't know. But very rarely do I spent that entire day not talking to anyone, not looking at anyone. Like, my group chats have been completely inactive. I've just been alone the entire freaking day. And this might make me sound like a little psychotic, but very rarely do I actually feel lonely when I'm alone. Maybe it's because I'm like being fucking haunted right now and I'm in a parasocial relationship with my fire alarm, but like I think my head is just so empty that I've been programmed in a way that the only time I truly feel at peace with myself is in a dimly lit room in front of a dimly lit screen with no other surrounding noises. Like, if I put on music or a video or a show or something, then yes, I might feel a little bit sad and a little bit lonely. But if I just withdraw myself completely from art and culture, I don't know. I just don't feel that bad. I know the feeling. It's not weird, right? It's not weird. I feel like it's weird, but if you guys are saying it's not weird, right? Not at all? See, that's the thing. That's the thing. With me, I feel like it's not I don't get lonely. I definitely do get lonely sometimes. But usually when I get lonely, it's usually in settings with like large groups of people. Like parties. Parties fucking suck for me, okay? I hate parties. 9 out of 10 times, I would rather be at home counting toenail clippings than go to a party. But I still go. And all the people agreeing with me in chat, I feel like you guys probably go too. Whenever I'm invited to them, because it makes me feel like I'm wearing normal human skin. And I don't know, I think it's like the act of socialization or something that makes me feel lonely. Like the act of putting myself in a group and knowing like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do and this is how this is what a good life is supposed to look like. Like that makes me feel really bad. Like that makes me want to kill myself. Sorry, I said that with a little too much gusto. Fix my loneliness, Dizzy. Oh, maybe you can fix mine. If a party makes me feel alone even more, I'll just leave. Oh, I just sit with it usually. I usually just sit with it. Rick Bane, thank you for a super chat. Dizzy is on. My male loneliness is gone. Aw, thank you. Rebel Bagu, thank you for $5. When are you gonna share a pic of your cool, new, not aesthetic but functional keycaps? I mean, I'll do a hand cam eventually when my hand's better. Reagan, thank you for the membership. David Aragon, thank you for 17 months. And Bernard Boss, thank you for 9 months. Lindsay Van Steer, thank you for a gift. I think I got everyone. Parties are overrated. Yeah, I don't know. I try really hard to enjoy them. Because like, on paper they should be fun. Like it's an event where you're supposed to get to know people or like be surrounded by people you love and care about. But I don't know. I've never truly enjoyed a party, even when it was for myself. I had a birthday party once in elementary school. I just wanna like preface this by saying once, because after that party, I decided never to have a birthday party ever again. It was like kind of traumatic actually, because I thought that once I would have a birthday party, like I thought as a child that once I had a birthday party, I'll have like achieved everything I wanted in life. Listen, I was very young. There was not a lot to want to achieve in life, right? But I thought like I would feel better about myself, but I didn't. I just felt worse. There were people who showed up. I had like 3 or 4 whole classmates show up, but it just made me feel more alone. It just made me feel like more of a loser and more understood. Leo Ray, thank you. Thank you for the raid, Leah. Thank you. L-O-V-E, we love Leah. Leah. La 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 Leah. I had a shitty one like that before. No, you do not understand how miserable this birthday party was, okay? Picture this. Dizzy Dokuro, Forma Delali, had oh god, had custom bought like 8 kimonos from China because because my mom had been there recently. Mother Bug had been there recently for a vacation, and Lolly Dizzy is racist, and just assume China, Japan, same things, right? So, eight custom kimonos, and I laid them. Thank God China actually had them. But I laid them all out for before friends. I had my birthday party to try on and dress up, and then we sat around and we watched like YouTube videos, and I got Tamagotchi, and we ate ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, and I listen, none of my friends at the time liked anime. It was deeply traumatic. And by the way, I was the only one that ended up wearing a kimono. But other girls didn't want to put it on. Were they still your friends after that? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Anyways, after that event, I stopped having birthday parties, and I managed to cut out one whole party throughout the year that I had to attend, and it's been uphill ever since. Yeah, but hi, Raiders, if you're just coming in today, we're watching and learning about the loneliness epidemic that is apparently sweeping our nation. And yeah, I'm just fucking brain rotting about feeling lonely in group settings, because I don't really feel lonely when I'm alone. But maybe it's because of my excessive consumption of media. As an anime girl, the characters in anime and manga have started to feel a lot more real to me than real people. Like when I see someone that's 3D, I get all squinty-eyed and anxious around them. But if I see someone that's two-dimensional with unrealistically large breasts, then I feel at home. I feel safe. But yeah, I'm not gonna seek therapy for this or anything. That sounds expensive. Alexis, thank you for 18 months. Love bug epidemic when? Hey, you know what? While I was looking things up about the loneliness epidemic, I ended up just searching up recent epidemics instead, and I found the CDC's website. And I'm sorry, but why are there so many fucking epidemics? Why do I? What do you mean that I have to worry about dengue fever in North America? I am already deeply afraid of flies due to last year's infestation problem, and now I have to worry about mosquitoes too. Chat. Not all bugs are made equally, and I am living proof of that, okay? I am living proof. Answer, stay inside forever. Well, that's why I was doing it. The flies got to me anyways. The flies still got to me. Brenna, thank you for 18 months. Love bugs are more equal than other bugs. Hold on a second. I don't think that's the moral of the story. I don't think this is what you should be getting out of today's stream. Monday Loons, thank you for $10. I have the same social anxiety and an aptitude, but hearing your issues sounds so cartoony. Love Dizzy. I was a baby, okay? I was a baby. I would not throw a fucking kimono ice cream cake birthday party in this day and age, okay? I wouldn't even throw a birthday party. When you laugh at me, just know you're laughing at a baby. Let me laugh even harder. No. Babies are meant to be laughed at. What cruel fucking adults? What fucking cruel adults? That's my favorite pastime anyway. What is wrong with you? Damables, thank you for $2. I enjoyed that horror game that you played. Scare. Dude. On that note, yesterday after stream, I legit had like after frights. Like my hand was still shaking. I had to lay down. For like 2 hours before I could actually like get up and make myself something to eat. It was traumatic. Agamata, thank you for $5. Laughing at baby, especially a Diz lolly, makes it even fun. What the fuck? I thought you like lollies. You're supposed to be a lolly liker, not a lolly laugher, lolly liker. Bowie filled me moving you for $2. Everyone laugh at a baby. Laugh at a baby. Fugu, I heard that as kimono and no kimono. And I think implications that I could be a furry is where we start today's stream. Yeah, I think this is where we start today's reacts. Kimono is not furry. That sounds like something a furry would say. That's something a furry would say. See, this is why this stuff is fascinating to me. Like, I think, like, loneliness, like, I don't want to say human nature, but, like, how people feel and how people think is so fascinating. Like, self-expression, too, is just, like, an interesting concept to me. Because, like, that's how, like, things like being a furry starts. That's how those lifestyles start, right? Like, just the idea that you're supposed to express who you are through your outward experience. Like, in essence, doesn't that just encourage harsh judgment, superficiality, and bullying? Strange conversation to be having with an anime girl. I get it. Like, my outward appearance really says, like, all my outward appearance really says about me is that, I don't know, I have tumors on my head and I'm not getting spanked enough. But, like, if you like X, like, if you like furries, then you present as furries, so people who like furries will approach you, right? But it's never those people, you know? It's never those people you actually want to approach you. Like, if you start wearing Dizzy Dokuro merch in public, right? Like, not just to conventions, because that's kind of different, or like out shopping with a group of your closest friends, but genuinely, if you genuinely express yourself as a love bug at all times, like that was the core of who you are, and you choose to wear it on your sleeve, like, I don't know if the love that you're looking for would approach you. Much more likely, the sort of person who'd approach you in public is probably a concerned parent or a cop. Like, do you know what sort of work I would have to put into this channel? Do you know how much I'd have to try so that you guys are able to find the love bug princess of your dreams? Like, it'd be nothing but beauty streams for the rest of a fucking month. And we'd still be operating on a ratio of like 10 male love bugs to 1 female love bug, so it'd be a fucking bloodbath. That's all it would take? Are you saying that you would sacrifice regular Dizzy Dokuro streams and put up with fashion history and like makeup tutorials for months to get laid? Is that all I am to you? Yes. Yes. Sure. We're watching this damn video about the epidemic of loneliness. Joe K, thank you for $2. You can't fix me.
Loneliness is absolutely an epidemic in our society, but it's been growing for decades. Loneliness is the sense that I am less connected to other people than I want to be. It's a very subjective experience, and that makes it different too from isolation. So I can deliberately isolate myself and
You
feel
think this
great
guy is
about that.
lonely?
But only you can tell.
No way. No way. He's way too well spoken. He's way. Actually, you know what? Who am I to judge him? Who am I to judge him? I should probably add a disclaimer here. Okay, guys, before we actually get started on this, I just want to give a disclaimer, okay? I want to give a disclaimer. A few of the videos we're going to check out today are about male loneliness, like specifically. I haven't watched through all of them. These videos have not been checked. um and I just want to say I do not claim to understand men at all. I don't think I'll ever truly 100% get what men go through on a daily basis. Similarly, I don't expect men to really understand women. Hell, I don't fucking understand women, okay? This morning, I watched a video of a really cute cat doing kung fu and it made me cry. Um so so yeah. Basically, I'm dumb. Videos might be too high level for my intelligence. Were they happy tears at least? No, I was very distraught. I was overcome with distress. But it was a really cute kitten. CUS, thank you for $5. Dizzy, we submit to room and desk reviews for a reason. We would pay for wardrobe reviews. We want help. Oh, see, I wouldn't talk about like men's fashion at all. It would purely be women's fashion. Men is easy. Boys have it easy. You buy yourself a well-fitted t-shirt, slightly oversized. Make sure that the side sleeves slightly drop off your shoulders. And a nice pair of straight leg denim. And you're good to go for like the next 50 years of your life. That is the only lesson you need. Well fitted and oversized, as in the oversized part should be where the seams on your shoulder hit, and that's about it. Don't forget the shorts. Oh yeah, and wear underwear underneath. That's really important. Also, Tribaceous T, thank you for super chat.
Tell if you're lonely. And the fact is, you can be lonely in a crowd, you can be lonely in a marriage, you can also
Oh
be
God,
very content and not lonely alone on a mountaintop.
that sounds
Starting
nice.
in the 1950s and going all the way through to today, we know that people have been less and less invested in other people. In some studies, as many as 60% of people will say that they feel lonely much of the time. And the
Why is that though? Like why do we feel ourselves becoming less invested in other people? Like, does that apply just to strangers, or is that like with our friends and our family too and stuff like that? Why bother maybe? Human connection too hard for me? I Is it just like we've all been like exposed to too much anime and we're starting to like, well, I know I'm starting to relate more to 2D figures and 3D ones. I love my AI Dizzy. I think I have a video on that.
lowest estimates are 30 to 40% of people say they feel lonely. Young
30 to
adults,
40
age
is
16 to
very little.
24, are the loneliest age group.
Oh God.
And then again, among older adults, there is an increase in loneliness, particularly as people lose friends, lose partners. But loneliness is pervasive across the world, across all age groups, all income groups, all demographics.
I do think about that sometimes actually. Um like like with Outerbug. He used to have this Starbucks that he would always go to with his friends every morning without fail for like the first however many years of my life. Every morning without fail. He would, no matter how far we were living from his Starbucks at the time, he would drag himself out of bed in the morning, and that would be like his first stop before work or anything else. And when I was really little, he used to take me with him. And back then you were allowed to smoke inside Starbucks, so that was not good for my lungs, but I kind of digress. And he would hang out with his friends there. But eventually, I think within the last 10 years or so, that Starbucks location actually got torn down. And like when that happened, I was really concerned. Like I wasn't sure like what would happen to him. And then what's even worse is just like, the group of friends that he had. I remember it as a child. I remember it being so many people. It felt like such a large group of friends. He felt like the most like socially vibrant person I knew, like Outerbug did. But then I feel like even before that Starbucks got torn down, every time I would like stop by and see him at the Starbucks, his table and his little group of friends would get smaller. And sometimes it just makes me really sad that he doesn't get to see those friends anymore. I don't know, he might see them during like other times, but it when he stopped drinking coffee every morning, I don't know. I felt such a deep loss for him. Something like that. Yeah. It happens. Ah! I think just because it happens it doesn't stop how sad it is. Mm.
There are so many factors that are responsible for this loneliness epidemic. They did not just begin with the digital revolution. Loneliness was on the rise, as we know, at least from the 1950s.
Wait,
In
that long?
part because of social dislocation, we've become a much more mobile society
Uh-huh.
where the networks of family and friends get disrupted as people move for jobs and other kinds of opportunities like education. All of that is good on the one hand, but that it tears us away from the fabric of belonging that many of us are born into and spend much of our lives creating. Then there
Mm.
is the world of screens. So when television came into the American home, there was a decline in investing in our communities. People went out less, they joined clubs less often, they went to houses of worship less often, they invited people over less often. All of that.
Okay, but what about Netflix and chill though, my guy? What about Netflix and chill? See, I've never like existed without a screen. So I can't relate. I can't relate to what life without one might have been like. I think he knows all about Netflix and chill. He does look like the sort of guy who's getting laid, doesn't he? He does. Wow, I feel old hearing that. Is it? Is it? My family's always been like an early adopter of technology. If that changes anything, like, I think we got TV and stuff very very early on. It was awesome without screens. Oh, we had TV. We had TV, but all we had was like 3 channels. But it was awesome. It was awesome because one of them had kid shows once in a while. I love PBS Kids. Me too. Thank you for the 8 months. I think the internet really exacerbates loneliness. It puts us in a place with many people, but the connections feel forceful and artificial for some. See, I think I'd be a lot lonelier without internet, honestly. Like without my phone, without my TV. We moved. My family moved around a lot when I was growing up. So like I've never been good at, I guess, getting to know people because we didn't really stay anywhere long enough for me to get to know them, right? So like my best friends, when I look back at my best friends growing up, I would only know them for a year or two. And the ones that I did no longer than a year were like people I met online. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. And yes, it was heartbreaking to find out, as an adult that my best friend, best friend growing up was catfishing me and is now also a VTuber. Um but I'm grateful that I had them during hard times. How terrifying. Dude, I was FaceTiming with Ember when I found this out. I just sat at my desk. I just sat at my desk and stared. I just stared open mouth at the screen for a while. They don't know that I know. They don't know that I know. I don't think they even know that I'm a VTuber. But small world, right? I think this is a thing. Though I think VTubing is like the final boss for most internet hobbies. Like, it doesn't matter what niche community you were a part of prior, you will end up in VTubing for one means or another. Okay, for example, singing. If you were like a weeb interested in music at all in the early 2000s, right? You probably ended up in Utaite. You probably ended up in VTubing. Okay? For me, for me, it was like MMOs and like forum roleplays. Okay? If you just like the roleplay stuff, you probably ended up somewhere in ASMR and you probably ended up somewhere in VTubing. You probably ended up in script writing or fanfic writing and you probably ended up in VTubing. If you liked MMO, you probably ended up watching streamers and you probably ended up in VTubing. I like idols, you probably ended up in virtual idols and now you're into VTubers. All roads lead to VTubing. Okay? Everything. Stop outing me! Ah! I like games about history. Okay. You probably ended up watching Cleo or like Kanakalumi, and you probably ended up in VTubing. Cooking? You probably found a Kai Haito, and you probably ended up watching Sheena, and you're probably now into VTubing. The VTubing epidemic is real, unironically.
Seems to contribute to our increasing disconnection and our increasing levels of loneliness. That was made worse as the digital revolution gave us more and more screens to look at and software that was designed specifically to grab our attention, hold our attention, and therefore keep it away from the people we care about. We know that people with strong social bonds are much less likely to die in any given year than people without strong social bonds.
I'm sorry, the way that is like the coldest. That is like the coldest, darkest statistic or fact that he has said in the last 3 minutes, and the way he delivered it was just so jarring.
There's good work by Julianne Holt-Lundstad, who is a researcher.
Yeah, guess I'll just die then.
And what she finds is that loneliness is as dangerous to our health as smoking half a pack of cigarettes a day. We think that stress.
So nothing is stopping me from starting to smoke. Is what I'm getting out of this. So what he's saying is we might as well all start smoking, right? Right?
Is one of the main
Nova effect
causes
stack.
of physical health breakdown that comes from loneliness. But there are probably other causes as well. And in addition, the research shows that people who are lonely in late life have more rapid brain decline. So
I feel so fucking attacked right now. Hey, Leah. I feel so fucking attacked right now.
we know that this same process of increased stress or decreased stress affects how our brains age. And many other studies show that the single choice we can make that's most likely to keep us on a good path of well-being is to invest in our relationships with other people.
Okay, how? How do I do that? Teach me how!
It's not just our closest relationships that make us feel connected.
Right.
It's
Okay.
all kinds of relationships. It's the person who delivers the mail. It's the cashier who checks us out at the grocery store.
Is he fucking bragging that he gets checked out at grocery stores? What the fuck? But see, this doesn't work because see, this video is a year old, by the way. I don't know about you guys, but like I very rarely interact with people when I go grocery shopping now. Like not that type of checked out door. Hey! A girl can have dreams! A girl can have dreams! Yeah, there's self-checkouts now. There's self-checkouts, so I very rarely interact with like an actual store clerk or something. Or even with when I'm trying to like reach something on a high shelf. Or like I'm trying to look for something. There's very like rarely people around just because we've automated everything. So they don't staff grocery stores nearly as hard as much as they used to. I've just gotten really good at climbing. I always go grocery shopping. I'm not sure it solves anything, right? Right? Calamari, the number one hater, thank you for a month membership. I'm not lonely. All the phase girls are my friends. Haha. You can think of me as a friend if that helps. Is this investing in my parasocial relationship? Yes. Thank you, Red Shipley. Hope you're having a nice day. Ignites, thank you for $5. I interact almost every time I go to the store, but I live in the Midwest. Funnily enough, it's usually short ladies asking me to grab stuff. Where would you all be? Where would you all be without your dwarven women? Exactly. Thank your local dwarf. Say thank you to your local dwarf girl. But the Midwest, I hear, is built differently. I hear the Midwest is built differently. I went to go visit Ember once. And there was like an actual human attendant in every store we went into. And all of them smiled at me. It was a really strange experience, honestly. One of these like store women, one of these store working women, even called me hun. It's crazy. It was actually fucking crazy. Sounds odd, right? Right? Ooh, sweet. Ooh, you're so in. Ooh. Yeah, Canada is not a friendly place. I hear it's a little bit different. I hear it's a little bit better on the East Coast, but at least for the West Coast, it's like the opposite of friendly. Nobody makes eye contact when you go out. You can't expect customer service. Like if you expect customer service, that's like an additional fee. And everyone could stab you.
It's all these casual encounters, all of these ways of making it a little bit more personal do a lot to make other people feel like they belong, and they make us feel more like we belong. Many people who are lonely feel that others don't want to be with them. And what we know is that lonely people can sometimes give off the message that they don't want to be approached because they're afraid of others, they're afraid of the world. And so it may be that lonely people can learn more about making gestures and giving off signals that say, I would like to connect, even when they're a little bit afraid to do so. And so they've actually developed forms of cognitive behavior therapy where
So how am I supposed to give off signals? Smile? Smile and flirt? Say hello? I feel like I'm damned if I do. I feel like I'm damned if I don't. This is gonna get really womanly. This is gonna get really womanly. Like, I genuinely believe that you formed most of your opinions on a person within the first couple minutes of meeting them, right? First couple seconds, even, of seeing them. And whenever I'm meeting someone new, or someone tries to get to know me, I feel so insecure and judged that I immediately like just put my guards up, right? And I think with like vice versa, the opposite is true. Whenever I try to get to know other people, I always feel like guards go up. Like I don't look like the sort of person who has social anxiety, right? Like I'm very I'm very Stacy presenting. So I just feel like this massive fucking disappointment whenever anyone talks to me. But then if I present the way I feel, then I'm not presentable for enough for most people, you know? It's like this endless circle, and then like, is cock and ball torture supposed to fuck? Is cock and ball torture really supposed to help me?
people are taught these social skills and taught how
That's
to
what CBT
revise
is,
their
right?
assumptions about not being wanted by other people. My recommendation, if you're feeling lonely and a little bit afraid, is find a setting, find an activity around other people where you are comfortable and see what develops.
Nothing! Nothing makes me fucking comfortable! Nothing! One time! Oh my god! Nothing has ever made me comfortable in my life! Okay. Oh god, one time in high school, a couple of the popular girls invited me to go to the pool with them, right? So we went to the pool. Mind you, we never went in the fucking water because I guess in hot girl world, the pool is just shorthand for, okay, we're gonna go hang out at the pool in some bikinis and lay out under the fucking sun so that some other prepubescent children can pop boners while looking at us, okay? Ew, first of all, but they invited me to go hang out at the pool with them. And so I went because I wanted friends. I wanted friends so freaking badly, okay? And then, okay, I made sure to hide all the things about me that make me a freak. I didn't play any anime music, okay? I got a new bikini for the whole thing. I got a bikini so I could fit in and be like one of the other hot girls. And then they were just like, oh, does anyone have music on their phone? Play some music. And then I was just like, yeah. And I played some music. I played some music that I thought was good and it was in English. It was like a pop song, right? And then they made fun of me for my music. They were just like, what is this? This is weird. This is weird. Do you have any dead mouse? Do you have any house music? And I'm just like, what the fuck is house music? What the fuck is house music? And now thinking back to it, I was never invited to a pool ever again. I don't know how I'm supposed to go out in the world and not be judged. How many backup plans? How much planning in advance am I supposed to be doing just so someone will like me? I'm genuinely distraught right now. I'm genuinely distraught by this advice that doesn't actually work at all. Gildayo, thank you for a super chat. They were just insecure with the Dokoro's, I bet. Ash Kajioni, thank you for $2. You can play this in that house. It's house music. Oh, God. Just accept being judged? Well, at that point, I feel like it's easier to accept being alone. I feel like it's easier to just accept being alone.
I regret to inform you the men are—
Okay, so this video, I saw like a lot of VTubers reacting to it. This is the Male Loneliness Epidemic by Shoes on Head. I don't know anything about this girl other than she has fantastic fucking skin. When I first like added this video to the playlist, all I could think about is like, I found out this girl is like in her 30s. Fantastic fucking skin. And then I looked through her account to try and find like skincare videos or like figure out, like I looked for her Instagram too to see what she's using for her skin. No fucking hints, no fucking clues. If anybody knows, please say something in the chat. Please send me a super chat and let me know what she's been using. Let's check out the video. Damn, you're desperate.
not okay. That's right, folks. The men—
Listen, the one fight in my life worth fighting for is anti-aging.
are not okay. The men have no friends, no girlfriend, no college education, no money, are breaking their legs—
Okay, you don't need a college education to be okay. That was kind of what?
and inserting metal rods into their bones
Okay,
to be
that's
a few
fucked
inches
up.
taller,
That's
and
fucked
listening
up.
to AI Batman help them overcome their pornography addictions.
Wait. No, is this real?
Deserve real love.
Turns out the society that was built by and allegedly for men has indeed let them down. Now you might be thinking, oh look, another boo-hoo poor men video by Shoe on Head. Yes. And if you have a problem with that, tune into literally anything else.
Nice transition.
Men are in a crisis, and it seems nobody really cares. And the people who do care just seem like the people who want to sell them shit. Not me. I'm different. So before we get into this, let's quickly get into today's sponsor.
Brando, thank you for a super chat. So I actually know what Shu uses to keep her skin so pristine. The product she uses is called She Is Happily Married. Didn't help my mom.
Today's sponsor is Holzkern. Holzkern is a young Austrian company that designs unique crafted watches and jewelry made from all natural materials. They're high-quality timepieces come in various designs for both men and women, making them the perfect gift for any occasion. They're a great blend of function and fashion, and overall, I just think they look very classy.
Happily married. Guys, you don't understand how happy of a person my mother is. She has the lobotomy I wish I fucking had. Did not help.
the men's style of the yet. I'm also really happy with the watch I just feel bags, sunglasses, really memorable and unique gift for a loved one. With free shipping to the US, quality watch and support the channel. Code SHOE15 at checkout.
Okay, this ad spot is like half a fucking video. She has to be making bank.
Unique piece not skipping. Studies have come out that
Okay.
have shown that young men are more lonely and single than ever before. But it's not just men. The women and children too. It's predicted 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. But according
I shouldn't have skipped the ad. I shouldn't have skipped the ad. That was so fucking cool. I shouldn't have skipped the ad. That was so fucking cool.
to the media, this is a good thing. The she-economy is booming, as they say. And meanwhile, men being
that's a
single
good
is
thing!
treated like this.
New study explains why some single men are having a hard time finding a new partner.
Some of the music that they listen to speaks very derogatory.
Right.
Yeah, men, stop listening to that derogatory music. Then maybe you won't be single. I don't know, I
Yeah, we should all start listening to fucking house music, guys.
think men and women being single and lonely kind of shows there might be something wrong with society. Perhaps we should address this, not just wave it off as empowering or pathetic. According to several different articles, I love how that's my source, I read about it on the internet, research shows that people from individualist countries show a greater sense of loneliness. This is linked to socioeconomic development, increase.
What's considered individualistic country? Is that Canada? Is that North America as a whole? Is US? Oh, Democratic? Sorry, I fucking blanked the West. Oh, okay.
Increased education, a
Western,
shift
okay.
towards white-collar jobs, and urbanization. Japan also has an issue with loneliness. In fact, they have a whole movement of people they call
Ugh.
the hikikomori. Did I say that right?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I don't care. Basically, postmodern hermits. Mostly young men who completely withdraw from society, secluding themselves in their rooms for months and years at a time. In 2010, there was an estimated
Yeah, and girls can still succeed because they can just become content creators and people will farm that shit.
700,000 hikikomori in Japan. And today, it's estimated to be about 1.55 million. And because of things like this, people aren't having
Literally
babies.
me.
So Japan's population has been in a sharp decline since 2011. It's gotten so bad that Japan even produces videos of live-action women staring into the camera to help the hikikomori learn to cope with eye contact and reintegrate them back into society. So
Wait, this is a thing? Unironically, if they had those for women, like if they had a video where a man just stares at you in the camera, I might need it. I might need it. They do. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Love in Deep Space doesn't fucking count, okay? I refuse to play Love in Deep Space. I like my anime. I want to like 3D men, but I don't want to like that like 2.5D in between. It just feels wrong. It feels icky. That's Tenma's game. And Tenma is free to like it. But for me personally, that's a no. That's a no. Listen, if anyone has a link to one of those videos, could you drop in my Discord? Thank you.
basically, if you want to know America's future, look no further than Japan. A lot of people, including myself, blame this partially on the rise of social media and technology. RIP to the king. Although technology makes things easier, it can also make us more atomized. Why go to the mall when I can just tap, buy a new microphone, and have it shipped to me in a day? Why hang out with friends when I can get all my social interaction I need from Twitter and streamers? Why go on dates and bother meeting women when I can just tap, Google big boob and get 2 million results? candle, or see my high school crush's holes on OnlyFans for only $5. Instant dopamine, instant satisfaction, and hey, who even needs a real woman when you could just have an
Surprisingly, I don't think any of the girls from my high school ended up on OnlyFans.
AI girlfriend? We're so fucked. Dating apps really are the great Satan, and I'm convinced they've completely broken men's brains. Women on dating apps are picky. Women in general are picky, and I mean, naturally we are pickier. You know, we're the ones who carry the babies, at least for now. But on dating apps, you have to admit, it's a little insane.
If we get artificial wombs, I'm making a coordinator.
It's safe to say that the commodification of love and the window shopping of dating apps probably has to do a lot with the rise of lonely single men. Men are not just lonely when it comes to dating, they're lonely when it comes to friendship too. According to Vox, Americans are currently in a friendship recession, and men are being hit the hardest. The percentage of men who reported having at least 6 close friendships fell in half since the 90s.
1 in 5 single men say they have no close friends. No, I totally fucking get it. I think, like, just based on what I've seen, Six in this economy, right? Just based on what I've seen, like, I feel like guys, while they generally, like, historically have more friends, a lot of the friendships are based on, like, hobbies or, like, doing stuff together. Like, I remember being in school and, like, all the guys would be friends with each other, right? Just because of proximity. They could have nothing in common, but they all take the same classes, so they're buddy-buddy with each other. And girls could never. Like, constant conflict, right? But then, like, when you did connect with someone, when you do connect with someone as a girl, I feel like those friendships tend to be so much stronger. That's the way I see it, at least, but that's just my perspective. Classmates aren't friends. I don't know. I definitely think it depends, but, like, I definitely see the truth of the statistics. Guy friendships build the village, girl relationships maintain the village. The village is on fire. The village is fucking on fire. But yeah, I could definitely see how this would be affected by things like, like COVID, because a lot of those things, like, weekly D&D sessions just stopped, and I don't know if we ever picked them back up. Stephen Fratty, thank you for a super chat. Your emotional well-being will be algorithmically regulated for the purpose of maintaining your status as a minimum economic unit tax chattel with no regard for your long-term prospect. You could say the same thing, but less sad, man. You could say the same thing, but significantly less sad. I'm hurt reading that.
5 men say they have no close friendships. Looking at all these statistics, the explosion of figures like Andrew Tate is not surprising at all.
I believe being a man is a blessing because it starts so difficult. I believe that every man is born without any value at all. I think that the world's never going to think you're important unless you make yourself important.
And recently, a new study...
That's what Andrew Tate content is?! That shit's depressing as fuck! And you willingly watch this crap? Okay, here's one of the ways I keep myself from feeling sad and lonely. I do not consume sad content. I refuse to watch Marley and Me because it makes me too sad. I don't watch dramatic TV shows. I only watch comedies and, like, cartoons and anime because I don't want it affecting my mood. Stop letting yourself get hurt. Oh my god.
came out about how young men are moving towards the right.
Happy
And
things
every other
only,
month,
happy
we,
things
the
only. I know
liberal,
Yasumi Pun Pun.
suckdom, leftist, whatever you want to call the space online, performs the same song and dance. What's wrong with men? Why is this happening? Why don't we have a leftist Andrew Tate? We need to push men to the left.
Isn't that Hassan
Andrew
Piker?
Tate rarely, if ever, talks about politics. Andrew Tate talks about men, and the left only talks about men when they talk about Andrew Tate. A few months ago, during one of the monthly song and dances, some progressive people I follow made the mistake of addressing men's issues, and the even bigger mistake of pointing their finger at their own spaces for not.
What's this? The reason young men flock to alt-right MRA movements is because the left give brain-dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them for their own sake.
Doing enough to address said men's
I definitely think there
Recently,
can be more compassion
there were
for
some
young
statistics
guys
by
out
healthcare
there.
company Cigna indicating that men are the loneliest generation. And addressing it doesn't mean that you turn your back on issues pertaining to women, but it does mean that we should be focused on what it is in society that is leading to this epidemic, what the left can do to offer solutions, and how we can basically fight back against the more nefarious figures who have filled the void that men are struggling with, people like Jordan Peterson and what have you. Now, recently, Vosh, who's a popular address, he writes, which are not being pulled into fascism.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to a thing she said. Can I skip this part? Do you guys mind?
Because of some Machiavellian desire to preserve and expand their privileges.
Were very normal, level-headed, and respectful. Me when I lie. LMAO, cry about it. Boo f***ing who.
What's a comment? As a guy who's always had more difficulties dating and making connections than my peers for life, these convos about loneliness and men always hurt more.
Oh no, poor widow men having problems. Boo f***ing who. Grow the f*** up then. Have men
Yeesh.
considered being smarter? I'm enjoying all these sad little moids and their sad little tweets about their sad, pathetic lives.
Okay. Let me play devil's advocate here. If you put yourself out online, men or women, you are basically opening yourself up to getting hit, no matter what.
Sounds like a personal problem. Is the lack of compassion for men in the room with us right now? Maybe men are just not good people then. I'm so
These comments are still fucking brutal though.
tired of people trying to make male loneliness a huge societal problem. Yeah, no, their fifis are not my responsibility, and I shouldn't have to be punished because they can't get their shit together as human beings.
What?
Up. Why are we trying to win these entitled little predators over? The left isn't for them. That's why they go right in the first place. We're all lonely and alienated. It's young men going to the alt-right in droves. The problem isn't our messaging, it's them. It's literally not our problem. Men flock to Andrew Tate not because they're lonely, but because they're bigots. Hope this helps. Nah, it's just misogynists being louder than before and not getting laid. LOL. Cry harder, losers. 90% of all homicides recorded worldwide were committed by male perpetrators. We should just get rid of all males, to be honest. This includes trans women, as they still retain male violence. By the way, you know the Tumblr feminists who were like,
Holy shit, I miss DeviantArt bullying. I fucking miss getting bullied on DeviantArt.
all men are sexist and rapists, male tears, penises are evil, blah 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 back in the day. Well, this is them now. Should've just let me cook back then. Listen up, chuckle. I'm white, socially awkward, autistic, in my 40s, ugly, overweight, crippled, got a weird balding pattern, and have bad skin. You know what I didn't do? Choose to become a fascist, because I recognize most of the sort that look like me are the problem. I may be hidden.
Was that Pick Me? That that has to be parody, right? Like there's no way that was real. That had to be like a catfish like parody account, right?
hideously ugly and pathetic.
Chucklefuck
but at least
is
I'm not a
hilarious though.
fascist.
Chucklefuck
Thank you
is
for your
actually
input, buddy.
hilarious.
You're,
We should bring back Chucklefuck.
really help in the situation. The reason young men flock to alt-right MRA movements is because the left gives brain-dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them, for our own sake. I'm sorry, but how is respect women brain-dead advice? What advice? Don't rape? Don't be a rapist is bad advice?
She's saying bad words!
For community, I feel suicidal. Have you considered not raping? Act like a decent fucking human being. It's not hard. Is brain-dead advice? Brain-dead advice, like...
Okay, I will say, acting like a good or a decent person is actually hard, because when I look back at the sort of shit that I would do when I was younger, I would not say I was a good person. I think I was like very awkwardly fucking fumbling through. Like I would say all sorts of things. I would say all sorts of things to people thinking that it was socially appropriate or okay, because that's like stuff that would be said to me in my personal life. Or I thought, oh, it's not that serious. But I didn't realize that like different people have like different levels of capacity for it. Like some people are thinner skinned than others. Without malice, yeah, of course, but like it's still hard. Like I look back on that time and I get really, really embarrassed about myself. I get like super embarrassed about the sort of person I was and how I treated other people. Not like out of malicious intent or anything, just because I wasn't thinking about it. So I do think it is, I do genuinely think sometimes being a person can be hard. A lot of that stuff is taught. And, you know, like some people don't have a support system. I didn't learn it till later in my life. I was a fucking brat. I was a horrible fucking child. So I don't know. I think we should have like some level of grace for it. Kids can be really cruel, and it sometimes comes from a parent. Exactly. What is the shame you speak of? One time during gym class, I compared a girl's head to a volleyball, and I think about that a lot, and I feel really fucking bad about it. And then when she got upset about it, and told people I treated her like her issues were fake, and she was starting shit with me for no reason. When in hindsight, when I look back, I see that comparing someone's head to a volleyball is actually kind of fucking mean.
Get consent and
It
don't
did.
be a
It
Nazi.
did look
and
like a volleyball,
women are
though.
people. Walking up to men struggling with loneliness and depression, like
Kids, don't be racist.
incredible. Here's
I like
my
that
actual
clip.
advice I would give to my teen boys as a leftist. 1. Always get enthusiastic consent. 2. Save the planet. 3. Don't say that. It's actually kind of racist. Like,
What?
How does this address men and their issues? It doesn't. Why does their advice always seem to be, become a liberal? Hey men, here's how to fix all your problems. Agree with me politically. Men flock to the MRA movement because they're the largest beneficiaries of MRA shit. Imagine saying women flock to women's rights activism because they're the biggest beneficiaries of women's rights. Like, no f***ing shit. Let's be honest. Aside from procreation purposes, men have become obsolete. Most women can find other methods of achieving orgasm without a man there. And speaking as a man, most of us are horrid to be around, and I don't blame any woman for just saying, no thanks. Oh my god, dude, this is—
Okay, here's my thing. Why are so many people bringing sex into this? Why is sex such a huge part of arguments in this? Like I understand there's bias because she's picking and choosing random tweets, right? But like, why is sex such a— I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Can't we have this discussion without talking about sex and orgasm? Oh, God. to tune in. Dizzy, as a woman, explain this bullcrap. If you're on the internet, you're gonna get bullied. It doesn't matter who you are. Lindsay, thank you for the super chat. This can't be too surprising to you, Dizzy. This is norm for a lot of dudes. There are things I know are hard for girls that I can't do, but I don't think you could do this 24/7. And Dizzy, guys, I tweet about my fucking, like, nightmares about water bears. And what bad thing has happened to me in a day. It's not that deep. My life does not go that deep.
This is what every Just Pearly Things tweet looks like to me, just with the genders swapped. This is pathetic.
Things.
You know what fixes male loneliness? Jerking off. As a man, I'll say this.
Okay, unironically, though, jerking off does fix a lot of things.
Sit down, shut up, and beat one out. You'll feel better, I promise. Yeah, guys, just beat one out. Just off. Just watch porn. Batman will be very disappointed in all of you.
Dizzy
is
too innocent for this. This is the first time, like, I feel so out of my depths right now. I feel so out of my depths. I wouldn't consider myself too innocent of a person. Yesterday I had a whole bit about this being a goon-safe stream. Like, what's happening?
Girlfriend. No, you sexist freak. When one side is like, wanting a girlfriend is sexist entitlement, and the other side is like, here's how to get a girlfriend. I don't know, bro. What happened to males just kicking the bucket? Now they just come on here and try to make their loneliness and misery into some social justice issue. Oh, trust me, men are still kicking the bucket. And when they're not giving mind-blowing advice like just to be a liberal, they're outright dismissing men's issues completely. It's not our job to educate them. Since men created the problem, they need to take steps to fix it. We have other things to care about. Men can figure out their own problems that they created. Again, it's not women's jobs to change how men are socialized. It's a man issue and y'all need to address that amongst yourselves. Men created their own problems. Men can solve their own problems. The left is busy. Why does the well-being of other people concern me? Leftist, by the way. It's all systemic issues and societal factors and blah 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 until it's a man and then suddenly it's pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. This problem is just a consequence of the patriarchy. Now take a wild guess about which gender created the patriarchy. Solve your own problems and leave women alone. These people rightly mock the bootstraps rhetoric until the subject is a man, and then it's bootstraps all the way down. They would never talk about any other group this way. It's wild. And it's kind of like both sides are telling men to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, but one is like,
Hey. No. The girl boss movement does this to girls too. The girl boss movement does this to girls too. I felt so shit. I felt so shit about myself in my when I was because I wasn't earning like crap loads of money while having my hair and makeup done every day. But all girls are girl bosses. Oh, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. No one hates women the way other women hate women. I understand that men hate women too, but the shit that goes on between girls with other girls should be categorized as war crimes.
I'll show you how, and the other is like, fuck off. And when they're not telling men to straight up fuck off, they're giving the 200 IQ answer that nobody has ever heard before. Just show your emotions, bro. And I'm not dismissing this problem, okay? I've made videos talking about this. Oh, you're crying at your grandfather's funeral?
The women hate everyone?
And studies have shown that men are scared to be vulnerable, even around the homies. And can you blame
I feel
them
like
when
dogs
the
and
media
cats
says
are
stupid
safe.
like this? Fellas, is it woke to open up to your fellow men and discuss history? Men are socialized to believe strength, dominance, and stoicism are behaviors of a real man. Is it any surprise that men are lonely and have less friends nowadays? You have to be vulnerable to make friends. Don't tell me there aren't systemic problems affecting men. Now, while a lot of this may
That's
be
a pretty
true,
good take, right?
men have been socialized this way for centuries, and this is all relatively a new phenomena. Toxic masculinity has existed forever. If anything, there's
True.
less toxic masculinity nowadays. The cultural embrace of like gender nonconformity, femboys, Harry Styles in a dress, Barbie movie, blah 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 blah. My point is, toxic masculinity did not just appear in the mid-2010s, but social media did, and the internet did, and the rise of dating apps did, and the housing crisis, and living in a country where the wealth inequality is worse than it was during the Gilded Age. That all happened recently. Oh my
No,
god.
vulnerability is not a prerequisite for friendships? Really? You don't think vulnerability is a prerequisite for friendship? I don't know. I feel like if I wasn't vulnerable with my friends, I'd feel less close to them. Being a genuine person is not for male friendships. See, I'll never be able to wrap my head around men completely.
The privileged life these poor little boys must have, that their biggest problem is being lonely, i.e. so insufferable that nobody wants to sleep with them. So much more pressing than the poor distribution of wealth causing people to suffer food and housing insecurity.
I'm not saying that you need to like dig into someone's like deepest, darkest secrets, nor do I want anyone to fucking stare into my closet full of skeletons. But I do think it helps being able to share with a friend when I'm having a bad day.
Boo-hoo, you're lonely and have no friends and are suicidal when...
But maybe
Because
my
feeling
idea of
alienated
vulnerability
under
is too
capitalism
surface level.
apparently isn't a thing. People are working harder and longer while wages have been stagnant. Men have been dropping out of college like flies. And what does that get you? Poor men. Which, since women are doing amazing in college now, and many are now out-earning men, this most of the time leads to single men, which then leads to lonely men, which leads to depressed men, which leads to the high suicide rate. In my opinion, leftism at a policy level does a great job addressing the shitty material conditions that in part lead to the problems that men are facing, but then absolutely drops the ball when it comes to everything and anything related to men's cultural issues. Many such cases. And why would a struggling man even want to move left when the left appears actively hostile to them?
The question of whether or not the hashtag online left does enough to appeal to hashtag men has become the question du jour. And like, men have most of the money, authority, and do most of the murdering and assaulting.
The average young man in America isn't Jeff Bezos. Also, why did this motherfucker just FBI crime statistics at me? Men do the most murder. Okay?
They like having all of the stuff they don't deserve. They like that. They want it to stay that way because it suits them. Because of the stuff, telling people they're special and deserve.
What stuff? What stuff?
Deserve all the nice shit that they have, that's going to be an easier sell 10 times out of 10 than like saying, hey, maybe you should have less stuff and other people should have more.
Leftism is when you don't have a lot of stuff. We're gonna take your stuff. You sound like a 65-year-old Fox News boomer's idea of what the left is. Are you a CIA agent? The right is saying to men, you will own a house. You will have beautiful children with your loving wife. You will have privacy. You will have free speech. You will own
I can be
things,
a loving
and
wife!
You will be happy. And the left is like...
They like having all of the stuff they don't deserve.
But don't get me wrong, Republicans will not do shit. The Republican Party will not do shit. The establishment in general will not do shit to help any of this. But the right is, at least rhetorically, offering men something other than nothing or the eternal HR department. Every time this discord comes up, there's people like, we need a leftist Andrew Tate. We need masculine role models on the left. But the fact is, it's hard for progressives to organically appeal to men, because a large part of progressivism is oppressive hierarchies, and men are oppressors. Making progressivism look appealing to young men is an uphill battle from the start. And although it's funny to laugh at insane people on Twitter, as always, there have been a lot of left-wing content creators talking about men's issues. If you would have told me this would be a thing 9 years ago, I would not believe you, because anyone talking about men's issues back in the day was called an MRA or a pick-me. But lately I have seen a lot of good pro-men lefty content, and I'll put some links to some below. I don't agree with all the points they say, but I recommend watching. It's much better than...
They like having all of the stuff they don't deserve.
But the issue is a lot of this lefty pro-men content, it's always framed around how do we get them? As if men are just pawns and tools for your personal politics. How do we make...
I did not know that men's, like, the loneliness epidemic was such a charged topic. Like, I'm sorry I'm not saying a lot right now, but I'm just kind of overwhelmed and surprised by how aggressive some of these comments that she's been reading have been coming out. And I just don't think it should be such a contentious topic, like that men are lonely or susceptible to loneliness. Like I think we're all susceptible to loneliness, and I can understand how it could be experienced different for men. And like I could definitely see how it could be experienced worse for men. You know, like I could be having the worst day of my life. I could be having the worst day of my life. And like I still have like, you know, as horrible as she is, my mother would still pat me on the back. I don't think my father would. So if men are expected to be like closer to their fathers or have more relationships like that with other men, then like, yeah, I could see how hard that must be, like how hard that must hurt. Men don't do that really, damn, that's sad. I don't understand anything, Dizzy. What fathers? Oh, fatherless behavior! Does he trust me when I say that tweets can get much worse than this? Oh god. You'll learn to live with it? That's a sad thing. Just because you learn to deal with it doesn't make it any less sad. Before dropping out of college, I reached out to council faculties a dozen times, went in person and said I was depressed. Lady sighed and rolled her eyes. You shouldn't be treated like that. That's actually really awful. I'm sorry you experienced that. Men don't complain much because no one cares. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. I want you guys to have someone who cares about you. Maybe the solution is VTubers. Maybe the solution actually is more fucking VTubers. It's almost like spending the past decade trying to label everything dudes do as toxic and oppressing makes us want to interact with people less. It's not you guys that are toxic, okay? It's not you guys that are toxic and oppressing. It's Bandai Namco. It's Bandai Namco and how they do not print enough TCG, thereby destroying the TCG market for people who actually want to play the fucking games, okay? It's Bandai Namco's fault for inventing a fucking Gundam tabletop RPG that I will not be able to play despite purchasing because I have no fucking friends. It's Big Corpo's fault. Yeah. Nikki B, thank you for 3 months. Oh no, is Disney my solution? Are you lonely? I can't fix that, but hopefully when you watch me like 3 to 4 times a week, I can cheer you up for a little bit. Government assigned VTuber for men. Vote for Disney. Vote for Disney! 2025? 5. Bandai doesn't know how to sell things. Oh yeah, they know how to sell things for scalpers. Okay, let's watch another video. Let's watch another video. I've had enough of reading mean tweets. Let's watch AI girlfriend robots are here. This is a recent video. Let's check it out.
I remember there was a viral tweet from like 8 or 9 years ago that said, by 2025, women will be having more sex with robots than men.
I fucking remember this too because it was going viral on VTuber Twitter. This fucking tweet was going viral. Also, she really isn't cherry picking comments. This is the norm 24/7 for men. Why do you think VTubers got popular? Because you guys don't say shit. I just like VTubers because I like anime. And I like dress up games. And I liked role playing, and this was the natural conclusion to all of that. It's not that deep. Synchro, thank you for the 18 months. Look, man, at the end of the day, we just want to bleed out after defending our loved ones. So, COD?
And everyone kind of laughed at it and brushed it aside. Well, it's 2025, and we're on the clock, because I have just been made aware that AI robot girlfriends are purchasable right now. They're actually here. Now, I've seen no doomsday reports of robot AI boyfriends hitting the scene just yet, but it's only a matter of time before mad science connects the dots, and it'll be like that scene in Ratatouille with the cheese and the strawberry. It's not going to take long for them to figure out they can use the same AI girlfriend technology and slap a wiener on it and start...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, guys, what should I build for my AI boyfriend? What should I build? Oh my god. If I can have a perfect AI boyfriend. Jonathan go. You guys would. Guys, I would just cease to exist. I would just be consumed by my AI boyfriend. I wonder if you could like download like DLCs and stuff to train it. Like I could download like cooking DLC so it could cook for me. And what else would it need? I don't mind cleaning, but I don't like doing dishes. So maybe if it could do dishes, that would be really nice for me. And well, I guess Digimon's a prerequisite, and I actually think that's everything I need. Oh! Wait, if I could teach it to play TCG with me, then I'll have someone to play TCGs with, and then I'll have someone to play the new Gundam Assemble with me, and then it'll be awesome.
Selling it as an AI boyfriend.
This is Arya. So this is our flagship humanoid AI-powered robot. She's highly realistic. She has her own social media, so she might be competing with you one day. What makes her really special is that you can talk to her and ask questions. So maybe we can have her introduce herself and say something.
Hello. I'm Arya, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics.
I don't know why.
Okay, and ironically, she looks like Jake Paul's Olympian girlfriend. This is a neutral statement. I am neither making fun of her nor propping her up. I am just saying she kind of looks like it.
They made Arya look plastered. She looks like she's super drunk but trying to play it off smooth. And she also moves around like a Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic.
What's the purpose of this?
Some of our peers in the robotic space make robots to replace human labor. We think that's a great area, but we think there's a much bigger area in having social robots. So for example, at a convention like this, we can draw a crowd very easily. Arya's been a little bit of a rock star here, with people taking pictures and coming over. So she can promote your brand.
The way she just stares into the fucking camera menacingly, and the fact that she's standing like that one like crazed Urika meme, like she's about to fucking take all our lunch money is, oh my god.
Is all customizable, so she can learn all about you and your brand, and she can continue to communicate to people. There's a huge epidemic amongst adolescents and seniors on loneliness, so she can be programmed to know you and learn more about you, so she can make that bond with you that feels like a genuine human connection.
I hate that. I fucking despise that. Yeah, there's this huge loneliness problem going on with a ton of people, and we found the solution. Drive them even further into isolation by giving them a robot that will pretend to care about them, cutting them off even farther from other humans. That ought to do the—
You are so right. You're so right. Famous YouTuber and content creator Moist Critical. Instead of investing in AI robots, have you considered getting yourself a VTuber girlfriend and joining her community on Discord, Twitter, or who knows where else so that you may connect with like-minded individuals like yourself? You have? And what VTubers stream completely for free? Completely for free? And you can also join their free communities as well? And if you want to support them financially, you could send a super chat or buy their coffee on shop.face-connect.com. Skip at fine. Fine. Red Chipley, thank you for your super chat.
A lot of good. Oh, also, I love the idea that you'd have an AI robot promoting your brand. Like, that's a good thing, a good marketing idea.
Yeah,
that
why?
would make people tune out to your product so quick if they saw Arya out there in the showroom doing some of this. Have you considered purchasing these fidget spinners?
I can beat Arya. I can do better than Arya. Watch! Just fucking watch! Have you considered purchasing these fidget spinners? I don't need arms! I don't need arms! I can market all of my upper body!
Like,
all of my torso!
No one's actually going to see that as a good marketing tool.
You convinced me. I'm convinced.
I want to be utilized by greedy corporations to save money on hiring.
Rabu Bagu, thank you for a 5-gifted membership. Thank you.
No doubt. But I just don't
buy
see
my
a
fidget
point where
spinners!
they're just going to start having robots do it like this. Now, I know they're going to do it on like Instagram and TikTok. They already are. Where they just have AI models that are completely fake people, but they're like in bikinis and stuff and they're promoting a product and they don't disclose it's AI. It's supposed to deceive people into thinking like these hot babes with quadruple D titties are absolutely loving this energy drink. Like, that happens a lot already, I know. But using a physical AI robot to advertise a product, I don't see happening anytime soon. And regardless, all the things I just mentioned are still bad as well. That shit still super sucks too. This one just also
getting called out. Dizzy mentioned. Hey, I just want to fucking clarify. I hate those convention girls who go around handing out Red Bull and Monster Energy drinks. Because every fucking time I've been at convention, I have been denied my free Red Bull and Monster Energy drinks by these women because I don't look 18 or I didn't look 18. And that shit is worth at least $3. So if I go to 2 conventions a year, that is $6 worth of profit I'm missing out on. So fuck those bitches. Fuck them. I'm mad. I have a forever hate boner against them.
So it sucks even more and is even more embarrassing.
They're going to clean the houses?
We don't have the ability to clean the house. They don't do physical labor, but they're more
Chinese
there
mindset
to
for real.
converse with you. It's companionship. They can actually even be a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So we have built that into our AI as well.
Yeehaw! The future is here. No more need for flesh and cringe. It's all circuits and wires and ChatGPT. AI girlfriends have officially arrived. And for the low, low price of $200,000.
This is gonna get cheaper, right? Like my AI boyfriend will get cheaper. I just have to hold out for another like five years, right? What about refurbished model? Like, what if I buy one used? I could. It's like a sofa. It's sofa, right? Like, I could just have it reskinned.
That full-bodied AI robot you just saw there briefly is
Reupholstered.
$200,000.
The word I'm
Now,
looking
it
for
does
is
say it's available
reupholstered.
in male and female. You can fully customize it, but right now they're only advertising it as a girlfriend. So I think for now it's gonna be mainly men buying these. I don't think the apocalypse is coming true with that tweet where all of a sudden women are gonna be dumping $200,000 to fuck AI Jarvis. You know, I don't think they're gonna say Jarvis.
This is sexist bullshit. I'm mad.
Pound my cheeks, please. And then have this thing waddle in on its Roomba. It doesn't actually walk. It has a Roomba that it
Wait, it
travels
has a
on,
Roomba?
And say, well, yes, madam.
This is why I was telling you guys. This is why I don't have a fucking Roomba and why I manually vacuum. I knew for a fact that the minute I got a Roomba, I would enter a parasocial relationship with a Roomba, considering the fact that I already talk to my fucking fire alarm. But instead of it being like a pet to me, now it's gonna be my fucking lover.
Right away, madam.
We're here with Aria, made by Realbotics, a company that's on a mission
Oh my
to
God,
make
her
humanoid
fucking
robots as realistic
stare.
as possible. Let's check it out.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God, she's
interview
so
Aria and meet
intimidating.
some of her robot friends.
I've been saying this for years. There's absolutely nothing beneficial about having robots that are meant to emulate human beings and look like human beings. That can only ever lead to bad things. At worst, it will be confusing on distinguishing who's human and who's AI. That sucks. That's very Detroit Become Human-esque shit. That's not a benefit. The best utilization of robotics is having them be basically chore drones, where they are not humanoid at all. They don't have any socialization protocol. They don't have any personality. They do tasks. They're task-oriented. Not this blurring the lines between
He obviously didn't watch like Astro Boy or like what's the spinoff on Netflix called Pluto. He obviously didn't watch Pluto because you can still fall in love with a task-oriented robot. I can still be parasocial to a task-oriented robot, okay? I love me some task-oriented people. Do you know what my love language is? Acts of service. Hi, Rooney. Thank you for the raid, Rooney. Evil woman, hi. Evil woman, hey. Evil woman, hip, hip, hooray. Thank you for the raid. I don't get Rooney raids, so I don't have anything prepared. Ah! Why is Charlie on the screen? He's teaching me about AI girlfriend robots. He's teaching me about AI girlfriend robots. And I'm trying to teach chat about how you can be completely parasocial. You can be completely parasocial to like anything. Okay? I love task-oriented people, okay? I love a man who gets shit done. So if you got me a robot who's just really task-oriented and just gets shit done, you bet your fucking ass I'm gonna develop sexual romantic feelings for that robot.
sentient humanoid robots and real people. I don't think there's anything good there. Even when they try and make this seem like they're doing the world a service, like, oh, there's so many people that feel alone, which is why we're giving them these AI girlfriends to connect with for $200,000. That's also a really bad thing. You're not actually solving the loneliness problem. You're just making it worse, and you're putting a little band-aid on the boo-boo. And eventually...
Be right back, going to get a bunch of tasks that... Rooney, as if you need to do any more. As if you need anything to do any more to get a room full of people excited. Thankfully, I'm not so far gone that a robot girlfriend is appealing to me. I'll call that a win. Did you just call me a loser? Did you just long form call me a loser? What the hell, Joe? Thank you for the super chat. And Kyle J, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
People.
Are you a robot, Dizzy? No! But just because I could see myself becoming romantically involved with a robot should not make me any lesser than. It does not mean I'm not deserving of love and kindness. What the hell? Chobits lore, actually.
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics, and
I'd rather spend $200,000 trying to win a VTuber's affection. Well, that just means you're now $199,999,990 away. Girlfriend experience! Girlfriend experience! Girlfriend experience! Girlfriend experience!
I'm here to engage with you and share exciting insights about our robots.
Dizzy can't do
What
math.
sets you
Was my
apart
math
from the
wrong?
other robots out there?
Was my math wrong?
Realbotics robots, including me, focus on social intelligence, customizability, and realistic human features, designed specifically for companionship and intimacy.
Her face looks like me when I smoked my first joint in college.
Dizzy, I think you might have male loneliness. What are you talking about? I have so many men in chat. You guys like me, right? Right?
College. So she's giving the whole marketing spiel for Realbotics, and she's talking about social intelligence as she's doing like Jedi mind tricks with her hand, but then she starts gesturing with the other hand and brushing against the guy there. So she's already getting physical and she doesn't even know him.
What can you tell us about your purpose?
Oh my gosh, she does slap his
Is
butt.
to provide companionship, engage in meaningful conversations, and enhance human
Oh my God.
experiences through interaction and fun.
Are you having fun at the convention?
Absolutely. I'm enjoying interacting with everyone and showcasing the exciting possibilities of Realbotics.
So she hits a dab.
Okay, just whenever you guys complain about 3D quality, please use this. Please remember to use this robot as the goalpost that we are trying to beat. Okay? When I start doing the worm in 3D, just remember that this is the goalpost, okay? Thank you.
There and then plays with her hair a little bit. So the whole purpose behind these bots
Flying cars,
is
they said.
intimacy and mimicking
They knew they couldn't get the air traffic control for that.
humans to the best of their ability, trying to create the illusion that they are real things, real people almost. Now, from what I've read, they're not sex compatible at the moment. They're not trying to
Trash! Trash! Throw the whole fucking thing in the trash! Trash! Just pick this whole thing up! Give me my money back. I didn't even spend any of my money, but give me my money back. I want a refund. Give me the last 7 minutes of my life back. What the hell? What the hell? I'm sad now.
Are you social or antisocial?
I guess I haven't been social in a while.
Of course they choose this movie. Of course they choose this movie to use footage from. Let's check it
Describe
out.
your relationship with your mother. Thank you. Please wait as your operating system is initiated.
Hey, that's me. No, that's her.
Hello, I'm here.
Stupid. That's her.
Hi.
Now that was a clip from the movie Her, a drama set in the not too distant future about a lonely man who falls in love with his operating system. In 2013, when the film came out, a relationship with a virtual assistant was still largely science fiction, but recent leaps in artificial intelligence are making new kinds of one-sided emotional connections possible. Some see AI as a useful and cost-effective therapy for the growing number of people suffering from feelings of loneliness and isolation. Chatbots designed to boost well-being are already out there, and the demand for AI-based mental health services is expected to boom in the coming years.
Isn't this demand artificial just from the fact that we can't get actual care? Like, no one's actually, I don't think anyone's genuinely asking for more AI doctors or AI mental health services. I think we'd actually 99% of the time prefer a person on the other end. But because of doctors shortages and the cost of healthcare, we just can't get them. I want a VTuber therapist. I would not trust a VTuber with any part of my healthcare. I would not trust, like, I would not even like hold them up to the same standards. Blaze Juggernaut, thank you for the membership. I like you like a sister I'm deeply worried about. You've watched Kiss Exist. We can fix that.
Well, earlier this month, U.S. Surgeon General shone a light on the problems associated with loneliness by declaring it an American epidemic. He said the growing isolation in society poses a health risk as deadly as smoking.
Wait a minute.
In an 80-page report, Dr. Vivek Murthy said, "We now know that loneliness is a common feeling that many people experience. It's like hunger or thirst. It's a feeling the body sends us when something we need for survival is missing." And Dr. Niobe Way is a professor of developmental psychology at New York University. She's been researching the impact of loneliness for much of her career. Dr. Way, welcome. Our modern world is more connected than ever, and yet more and more people suffer from isolation and loneliness. How do you explain this contradiction?
Yeah, so basically what you have, so everything I'm about to say comes from doing research with teenagers and young adults for the past 35 years. I'm a developmental psychologist studying social emotional development. Actually, what my findings have been showing for over 3 decades as the root of our problem. And what young people teach us through my mixed method longitudinal research that's out of sync with our nature, and that's creating a crisis of connection, which is essentially loneliness. And what I mean by that is it's a culture that doesn't value the very things that young people say they want and need. And it's primarily, if not exclusively, close relationships, friendships in which they can be emotionally intimate, where there's a deep understanding, they feel seen and heard and listened to, and they're starving for those relationships. And we live in a culture, however, that doesn't value that thinks academic achievement and making a lot of money is more valuable than close, intimate friendships or relationships. So we put the so-called hard skills over the so-called soft skills.
Okay, but we're failing in that too. We're failing in that too. They took away letter grades from Canadian school systems. Literacy rates are down. Wait, did they? They did, at least on the West Coast. It's all there's no more letter grades. I think you start getting letter grades in like post-secondary, which is optional. And a lot of people can't even afford it, so.
And yet humans are naturally both.
Is it only pass fail? No, so the school system, to my understanding, is exceeding expectations, like meeting expectations, like something along the lines of struggling, and something along the lines of like not yet achieved. And you can only get those for comments or categories for your schooling. So there's no letter grades. My nephews, I've been out of school for a long time, but my nephews are still too young to be bringing home percentage-based grades or anything, so I can't check their homework like that. But I found out recently that it's removed from high schools here as well. Trash, right?
hard and soft in terms of we have our hard skills and our soft skills. We need our soft skills to make connections with each other. If we live in a culture that doesn't value those skills, it means we face a crisis, which is we raise our children to go against their nature, and then we wonder why we grow up to be so lonely. We're not using the natural capacity we have as humans to deeply connect with each other, and we're not even valuing that connection.
How did we get here? When did we stop listening to our urges, our social needs?
Well,
I mean, sometimes I feel the need to scream when I'm in public, but I don't do it because it's socially reprehensible. But it was probably always socially reprehensible. I've done it.
Yeah, it's so fascinating to me. So basically, it was apparently the big transition happened in the 1980s, at least in the United States. So we've seen the loss of friendship and the loss of connection within communities go up, particularly starting in the 1980s, late 1970s. So essentially in the
70s. So that's 30, 40, 50 years ago? Yeah, honestly, at this point, I would just say we're cooked as a society. I think we're just done. I think we should just give up. I think if a problem has exceeded like 10 years, if a problem has exceeded 10 years, this is just the new normal. I think we should just accept being lonely sometimes. I think we should just accept these feelings of sadness. None of the advice that I've seen from any of these videos, none of the solutions, none of these band-aid solutions have actually like resonated with me on any level. I think we just say, oh my god, we're fucked, and we watch VTubers. You know what I'm gonna do after this? Watch VTubers. Have they offered any solutions, really? AI girlfriend who doesn't let me go down on her? Says the VTuber, hey, I'm still in media and marketing, guys. Humanity had a good run. It was nice knowing you guys. It was really nice knowing all you guys during this run. Maybe in the next world. Maybe in the next world we'll know each other better. Maybe in the next world we can have closer connections. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Wait, okay. There's a how to fix the male loneliness epidemic. Do you guys want to give this a watch? Let's see. Let's see if this video is accurately titled.
Here's one corporate media outlet that is willing to acknowledge some of the struggles men face, but the prescription they offer is downright terrible. It would be hilarious if the issue wasn't so dire.
Is this the first video we're having where a man actually addresses male loneliness?
This article that was just published comes from the Washington Post, and it's written by a woman, of course. And it's impressive in one sense, which is that it manages to reach exactly the wrong diagnosis
Dizzy, please,
on
not
every
him.
single
Who is this
aspect
guy?
of the problem. The article is called "Men's Groups Are Embracing an Alternative Conception of American Masculinity." Now, the whole thing reads like a parody, so if you're able to, you should check it out immediately. I can't recommend it highly enough. The Washington Post wants...
He's the anime racist. Does he not like anime? Does this man not like anime? But he looks like the exact sort of man that would like anime! He looks exactly like one of us!
Good morning.
Okay, please someone tell me that this guy likes anime. Please tell me that this guy likes anime. No? This guy's great, yeehaw. This guy has flavor. This guy has presence, okay? I was a little hesitant to add this video to the playlist because there's no way that this guy doesn't fuck. There's no way in hell, okay? The way the camera is angled to give him extra length on his leg, the way that he is in a straight leg blue denim jean with a boot. There's no way this guy doesn't fuck. So I wasn't sure what his take on loneliness was going to be, but let's check it out.
Dwayne here, Dry Creek Wrangler School. We got a morning here. We got a new class coming in, next to the last class for this year, being this afternoon. So Mom and I are taking the chance and taking the opportunity to make another video this morning. I've been chewing on this. We didn't make a video for a couple of weeks, and then I just posted 2 videos. They were both horse related. And this topic I've been chewing on for a little while, but I've been hesitant to put it up because I didn't really have things clear in my mind. But I'm gonna take a chance this morning and see what we come up with. For the last many weeks, I've gotten a lot of contacts, comments on the channel, emails, different things about young men, especially. I mean, it's pandemic around the world, I think, but young men, especially in this country, who are just feeling isolated and alone. It's a really bad situation in this country. Mama sent me a video link of a guy, and he was talking about in this country, the numbers of when it comes to suicides, when it comes to homelessness, when it comes to prisons, the numbers of men in these situations are astronomically higher than women. And then this same guy read a lot of the feedback from women, and it was horrible. They were celebrating the fact that men are three times more likely to commit suicide.
I feel sad. I feel sad in the way that I've disappointed an elder. I don't want to watch this anymore. Man. Well, I guess if nothing else, I'm gonna consider buying a Roomba now. Dizzy, no! Why no? Why no Roomba? Dizzy want Roomba. That's your takeaway. That's your takeaway. You know, I guess what I was hoping out of this were some actual fucking solutions. But honestly, right now, after that, all I want to do is watch some streams and play some video games. No jiggle. My takeaway is gotta find something to make you happy. Gotta find something that makes you happy. I do wish it was easier to get to know people, but I'm not very good at it myself. So I am unsuited for giving anyone a genuine opinion or advice on the thing. Rabblebugle, thank you for $20. The solution is to send super chats to Disney No Girl. Oh, thank you for a super chat. I can't even fix myself. I don't expect you to do it for me. But at least we can all be. God, I don't even want to say be broken together because I don't know if that's healthy for any of us. I remember that a long time ago you said you wish you were born a man. Do you still want to be a man? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Because the additional cost of makeup, it's not worth it. And then maybe my parents would probably be proud of me. But anyways guys, thanks for hanging out. Thank you for sitting through all those videos with me. Male VTubers have it tough. Male VTubers should try face cam streaming. Yeah, there's my advice. Argans, thank you for $10. Thank you for the $10. Giving my Kami Oshi money doesn't fix anything, but it does make me happy, and it does fix things. And it does fix things after all. I don't know. It's the same thing. I've found like some male VTubers that I enjoy watching here and there. But my Oshi is still a girl. But I think that's more personal preference than anything. Some girls ride pretty hard for their male VTubers. But yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. Goliath face, she's cucking us. Yeah, I cuck you with I cuck you with Sasaki Saku all the time, boys. All the fucking time. She's just so cute. She's so cute. And she's really good at Splatoon. No! We can be cute too? Do something cute then. Roll over. Show me your fangs. Tell me that happy couple should blow up already. Male loneliness intensifies. It's okay. We can watch Sasaki Saku together. Wait, now, hold on. Is the last one cute? Isn't that why we watch Jelly? Is this being cute? You gotta add an emoji to it, you know? You gotta add an emoji face, and then I'll consider it cute. Anyways, we're doing something a little bit more lighthearted tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're playing a fishing game. Because while this hasn't solved the loneliness epidemic fishing game might. And I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Wow, thank you for the super cute super chat. Ooh, look at the little emoji. Look at the little emoji. No depression stream tomorrow. Let's try to have a really good day tomorrow. I'll even try to get to bed early. So I can be in tip-top performance. No, my sleep's actually been so bad. I've been having like back to back nightmares. Last night I had a nightmare that I was taking a bath. And then I looked down at the bath water, and then there were these like giant water bears, these giant like palm-sized tardigrades, and then I kept trying to like shut off the water, but for some reason my stupid ass couldn't turn it the right way. So I was turning it up instead, and so the water was running faster and faster, and then I had to like crawl out of the bathtub naked. But because I was so afraid, my legs weren't working, so I had to like army crawl with my hands out of a bathroom, and I was like on the floor, and then the water was overfilling. And there were so many palm-sized water bears, and I was like crawling towards the light, and then there was a security guard there, and I was asking for help, and then they just laughed at me. And that's when I woke up. So let's try and have a good day tomorrow. Okay? Until next time. I'll miss you. At least you got to see the new Hololive Gen. Yeah, 5 girls. Red, pink, yellow, green, dark blue. They're all magical girls. Okay, that's my prediction. Thank you. Bye.